Are your kitchen and bathroom way overdue for a remodel? Well, I got the guy for you. Call John Sellers at First Response Contracting, 484-256-7136. Both residential and commercial services, and he's licensed and insured. Call him at 484-256-7136. First Response Contracting.
From real estate to real life and everything in between. The Brad Weisman Show. And now, your host, Brad Weisman.
Wow, wow, wow. This is going to be an amazing show. I got to tell you right now, this is a show that you will not forget. I probably won't forget either. Or I might get fired, or we might get taken off the air completely. It depends. Depends on what happens. No, I have a friend in here. He's just an amazing guy. I've known him since I'm 15, so that's a long time ago. He is doing everything. Comic books. He's writing books for children. He's a great singer, great songwriter. He's playing on cruise ships right now. I mean, all kinds of stuff. But without me having any delay right now, we'll get into introducing Scotti Mann is here in the studio.
Hey there, man.
What's up, man?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
This is amazing. I
gotta say, this
is an amazing thing.
Thank you. I apprate that.
Theme song and the intro and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is like Hollywood here.
Yeah, it makes it sound like I'm good.
It really does. It really does. It really does.
Yeah, God knows.
Hope it works on me too.
We'll see how it works. It could, but you'll have your own Scotti Mann mic there.
Wow.
You can get you another mic.
I like that.
But
I'll have the other red shoe.
The other red shoe. Yeah, because I'm limping all the time because I only have one shoe. It's just kind of weird. It's probably why I have back problems. What do you think, Hugo? That could be it. That could be it.
Need some shoe inserts.
Yeah, something. Or just the other shoe.
Without the shoe.
That'll be weird. So thanks for coming in.
Oh, man, thanks for having me.
I know you're a busy guy, man. Yeah. You're doing all kinds of stuff. And, I thought, let's just go backwards a little bit and talk about how we know each other. And do you remember? Do you remember the night we met?
I don't remember yesterday.
You don't? Well, you are much older than me.
Yeah, it was, I believe it was, I was playing the
He just got
2 whole weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was playing the piano on the break room at, I forget the school, but Brandywine or something, where we were in county chorus together.
Yep.
We both made county chorus.
Yes.
Because we were awesome.
We were amazing. Yes. And what's funny, and I remember I came into the rehearsal room before, I guess we were practicing whatever, and I hear this guy singing, and I'm like, wow, this guy's good. I'm like, this guy's really good. And then, of course, all the girls are around the piano wooing over Scotti Mann, which was cool. And I think you were singing a Jeffrey Osborne song.
I might have been.
I think
it was. It might have been. I think it was probably On the Wings of Love or something.
That's exactly what you were singing. Yes, that's it.
That's
See,
what
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah.
And you met him.
Wow. Yeah, I did.
So when I saw that picture of Jeffrey Osborne, I thought, oh my God, isn't that something?
Yeah.
That's how I met Scotti.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, right?
That was the song.
That was the song. Absolutely.
Yeah. He was on the cruise. He was performing on one of the cruises that I did.
Yeah.
I was in the little, like an lounge area near, performing near the casino.
Yeah.
So I always do one of the song LTD. Every time I move, I lose.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And, and so I started the song. And he comes out from behind one of the machines like,
did they look at you like that son of a bitch? I mean, did they give you that kind of look? Like, I can't believe.
I saw him. He was just like, he couldn't believe, like, he was like, and I saw him and I went, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And he was like,
it's all right. It's all right. He gives you permission.
Yeah.
That's
all right. Go
funny.
ahead. I got his blessing.
That had to be cool.
Oh, really cool.
I mean, he's definitely been an idol of yours. I know since I met you.
Absolutely.
And you do him very well.
And
you actually do a good job.
Thank you. And but he came over and he was like, "Yeah, man, sound all right, boy."
Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah. So, okay, let's talk about also. So I know we wrote music together for a while too. Yeah. Back when we were writing music, I mean, you were singing, I was singing, I was in a band, you were in bands, you were doing your solo thing, but we somehow got together a lot and actually wrote music together. We wrote for a girl named Asha.
Yep.
Did a lot of stuff. I'll tell you what, we had some good times in the studios. We would laugh. I think we laughed more than we wrote music.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm serious. Just like joking around and stuff like that, having a great time. I'm
actually surprised we got any music written.
I'm surprised too. Yeah. And we were in New York City in studios up there, getting our cars broken into. That was always a blast. But there was a lot of stuff going on. But through the years, we've remained friends, good friends. I mean, and there's times where I don't see you probably for a couple of years. Or, you know what I mean? And you had children children before I did. So, it was a little bit the things, when you have kids, all of a sudden your life changes completely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you had Jack first, right?
Yeah. Jack.
And then you have Gianna and Eva, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Very cool.
Twin girls.
And they're cute as could be.
Oh, they're
adorable. Yeah. Very cool.
And they're 13 now.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So they're not little, and it's really concerning.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's true. I have one that's 11 going on 12, so it's a little definitely concerning.
Yeah.
So go back. So you've been writing music since pretty much from the time you were young. I remember seeing pictures of in your parents' house.
Yeah.
Of you on a piano at 6, 5?
Yeah, about that. I would mess around. I mean, I didn't really start taking it seriously until I was 15 or so.
Yeah.
And my dad forced me to join his band.
Cook said, "You're gonna do this."
Yep.
And how old or young were you when you started doing that?
I was 15. And
15.
Yeah. He said, "Here's a tape." Back when we had cassettes, kids.
Hugo, a cassette is a thing that has a tape inside it.
Back in the day, we used to wind them up with the. Yeah, no, he said, here's your cassette. You have 40 songs that we absolutely need to do.
Yeah.
You have 2 weeks to learn them. And I was like, I don't play keyboards, Dad. He's like, you will. So,
oh my gosh.
So I just sat there and listened and played by ear and figured it all out. And I hated him those 2 weeks. But I'm very glad he did, because now I'm able to just go do gigs and
you can do your own thing. Scotty's an amazing one man band. I mean, he does his own thing. He sings really well and plays piano and you arrange your own stuff. But you were writing seriously for a while, like some really serious writing. Because I remember hearing some songs that you would let me hear, and it was amazing stuff.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, my uncle Rick Manwiller was one of my heroes, and he worked with there was a band called Dakota that he was in.
Yeah,
I remember that way back in the day. They toured with Night Ranger in Chicago.
Yeah,
all sorts of people, and I wanted to be like him. So, he'd always send new music, and I'd figure it out immediately.
Yeah,
and play it for him the next time I saw him. He goes, "How do you figure these out while they're in the mail?" He's like, so
that would be good if you could.
I'm telling you,
yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's how it started. So you basically really got bit by the bug, because your dad did this your whole life.
Exactly. Yeah. He played every instrument in the band. He went around in different bands. He started on drums, and then I think he played bass with the band that I joined, and then he went to guitar, and then he played keyboards. And now he sort of took a hint and did the one man show. Now he's doing that. So,
it's amazing. Right?
Look for Cookie Man.
Yeah. So he's still doing it.
Yeah.
And he's in his 70s, right?
Yeah. Late.
I wasn't going to say that because in case he listens to the show,
it doesn't matter, because
but he's amazing at late 70s. He doesn't stop.
No.
Kind of pisses you off. You know what I mean?
Bit,
yeah.
Because
I'm 53 and I'm ready to stop.
I'm tired. I am tired.
Yeah, I noticed.
Still have the kids.
You don't have enough energy even to shave anymore.
Nope.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
No,
I do every once in a while. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
actually, I'm half Italian. So I just shaved this morning.
Oh, yeah. I don't doubt that. Yeah, you can actually hear it growing. It's like yeah, exactly. What is that? It's just my beard. So so you move from that going into you playing. Now this is what's wild is you were doing this for so long, and then all of a sudden I'm on social media and I see a book.
Yeah,
a book. So I don't ever remember in any of our conversations or joking around or all that shit we did, I don't ever remember you saying, I want to write a book someday.
Yeah, I kind of.
And your finger didn't go up in the air either.
No,
that was
it rarely did.
It rarely did that. Rotator cuff. Yeah. So, but seriously, did you know you were going to write a book? So, seriously, where's that come from?
Well, I used to do that back before I even started playing and on the piano and writing. I would sneak my grandmother's typewriter, and I'd just start writing little stories, and I love to do that. But then the music caught up.
Sure,
that bug caught me, and I kind of took a hiatus, because you're on stage and people are screaming, all that stuff, and it just kind of makes you go, oh, let's do this instead.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
And then I worked with you. I joined a band called Johnny O and the Classic Dogs.
That was a good band. Really, you guys were awesome.
And I went back and forth between that and the local Groove Masters,
and they're good too.
Oh, amazing.
Yep.
So I kind of started off with the best players.
Yeah.
And then just I'm like, where do I go from here? But then I went and recorded, because I heard an analogy that said someone who's in cover bands and thinks they're part of the music industry.
Yeah.
It's like a paperboy thinking he's part of journalism.
Or the newspaper company. Yeah. Exactly. So true. Yeah. I've heard that too.
Yeah, it's like you're taking other people's ideas and making money from it. And it kind of made me go, I feel that.
Yeah.
Because I always wanted to create stuff and you know, and have people enjoy it and share it. And obviously the best way to keep doing that is to be able to sell it.
Yeah.
So that was where I kind of hit a,
it's hard.
Marketing is ridiculous.
Yeah, I always tell people, music business is probably one of the toughest, most unforgiving. It's not fun.
No,
it's not fun
and very backstabby.
And it's really we all know this, and we hate you don't want to be like the negative about it, but it's not just about the talent. We all know that,
right?
It's about whatever's selling at that moment or whatever's being promoted. I'm telling you, how many times have I heard a song where I'm like, oh, that song's not that great. 4 weeks later, I'm going, geez, I love this song, because they basically drilled it into your brain, and
you will like this
you're going to like this song, and you will purchase it, and the sweaters and the T-shirts and everything else that go with it,
lunch boxes,
everything. So no, it's tough. It's tough. It's really tough.
It is.
Now, do you think if we had social media back then, you think it would have been easier for us to make it?
Oh, I think so. Especially you, especially if I was working with you, because you were nonstop. That's funny. You had the sales bug before.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a sickness. It's a sickness I have.
No, that's not a sickness anymore, man. That's where it is.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate that. But it's just funny because I always think, man, social media. If we would have had that, it would have been a little bit easier to get the word out.
Yeah, because I mean, it's been. Obviously, like any good idea, it's been corrupted since.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
True. But in the beginning, I mean, when you could reach anyone.
Remember MySpace?
Oh my God.
We just talked about that recently, Hugo. Remember? Yeah. With I think it was Freddie Vasquez. That's what his claim to fame was when he first started. He became like a very good MySpace creator for bands.
Yeah,
that was his thing. So so let's go back. So now we get into the books.
Yeah.
So you have children. Okay, you do have children, just so you know. You have children.
Is that what that noise
that's
is?
What that was. Yeah, and now you're like, okay, I'm gonna write a book. And like, what hit you then?
Well, okay,
how does this happen?
I have to go back to the end of the music.
Oh, go back to the end of the music. Go back there. We have time for that. We're good.
I was working with a company in New York called Stray Dog Music. Fantastic guys. One of the owners was from Germany. His name's Axel, and Eric is the other partner. And so I had connections in Cologne and Frankfurt and Berlin and whatnot. So I went over there and I was doing tours.
Yeah. I remember that.
My own music.
And awesome.
One of the gigs was at Brandenburg Gate, right where the Berlin Wall was.
Oh, wow. Cool.
And there was like 5,000 people there.
Wow.
And the second time I went back, they were singing my lyrics.
Oh, that's
like German people singing your lyrics.
Well, that's something as a musician that's a different level.
It was insane.
Yeah, it's cool.
And the Panasonic, the German company Panasonic had a record division, and they offered me a deal. And I came home and I was working out for the cameras and the videos and everything, and I was hanging upside down doing the ab workouts, and I got a hernia.
Oh.
So I went and had that taken care of, and the breathing tube.
I remember this.
Hit my vocal cords, and I could barely even talk for about almost a year.
Remember this.
Almost a year.
How long ago was this?
2003.
2003. I remember that now. That happens from time to time, I've heard, when they take the tube out, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But this one, apparently there was significant. I went down to Jefferson in Jefferson Hospital, and they said, there's significant damage.
So it just ripped your vocal cords.
It just banged into it, and I just didn't have the range that I had before, and that took away all my confidence and everything.
Oh, of course. Because you're probably finding a new place in your throat to sing.
Yeah,
because your muscles, you got to retrain the muscle on how to do certain things.
Yeah. And it was effortless before. You know what? And part of me, now that I'm older, and I feel a little bit ashamed because I took it for granted for a while. I could do almost anything with my voice.
I know you could. and that's so that from that moment on, you definitely had a voice change type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't have the range that you had before.
Not quite. I built it back up.
Yeah, you've gone pretty. I was going to say. I remember when that happened, and I remember you going through a time period where you couldn't hit the notes that you used to hit. Yeah. And but now I've seen you since then, and you're pretty damn close to where you were.
It's just about there. There's actually I actually have a little bit more in the top and a lot more on the bottom.
On the bottom, yeah.
But that midsection, the Steve Perry, Michael Jackson, Bruno Mars
interesting.
area,
the mid part of your voice,
right where the break is kind of has me going warbly once in a while.
Well, and that's what you were always a master at. You were always a master at going from your really strong chest voice,
The transition.
transitioning into your head voice, and you were fantastic at that because you didn't hear it. Right. Most people, you hear it, you didn't hear it.
Yeah, no, I worked at that.
So we're gonna do a vocal lesson. Hugo, do you want to chime in? Yeah. So we're gonna Hugo, don't quit your day job, your night job, your part-time job. Don't quit any of them.
He'd be good if he just work on this.
Yeah, exactly. Needs more attitude involved, right? Yeah. So that's crazy. I'm glad you went back into that story because I completely forgot about that.
And that's what held up everything. And I mean, I was, you hit the depression and
absolutely.
My entire life track was just thrown.
Right when it was supposed to be the right track.
Yeah, exactly.
Not interesting. But then the thing, exactly. But the thing is too, would you have children? Would you have the life you have?
That's what,
you know what I'm saying? You got to think of those things.
That's the comfort that's got me through. Yeah,
absolutely.
As soon as I realized that,
it's okay.
Everything was
it's all good.
Pretty much okay.
It's okay.
I mean, I've always had, that inherited depression that came down through the family.
Right.
So I deal with that sometimes, but,
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of looking at your car covered in road salt and winter grime, or not quite getting the results you would like to see from the car wash? Well, I've got just the solution for you. The Detail Shop, your go-to destination for premium auto detailing. You've gotten a lot better.
I've gotten a lot better.
Better. Absolutely. So, okay, so now you get past that. Now you start writing books?
Now I sit, I was sitting there, and I used to draw all the time.
Right,
when I was a
yeah.
kid, and I
really
love
good at
comic
that.
books.
Yes.
And remember the pictures I used to do?
Oh my God. We'd be in the studio, Hugo, and he would draw the most craziest little things on paper. And he's really a good draw. He can draw amazing. If you see his comic books, you'll be blown away.
Remember the Scritch series?
Oh my God. There was a whole series of things he would draw, and it was funny as could be. Oh my God. Those were great. Those were great.
Yeah. So one day I was sitting there, and we had my son and we had our dog Max, Jack.
Yeah.
And I was just sketching, just drew these little pictures, and then I made it into a cartoon version of them. And then I did that, and then I wrote a little song, like a little, limerick, sonnet, whatever, about Jack and Max love something. Jack and Max love that. Jack and Max love that, and da. I made it rhyme because the songwriting background. And my wife, who's a middle school ELA English teacher, she said, if you draw a picture for each one of those lines, you got a children's picture book.
Unbelievable.
And I was like, yeah, I guess I do. And I put it off.
Wow.
Like I do. And
I wasn't going to say that.
Yeah, I know.
No,
but you weren't thinking it either.
No, not at all. Not at all. Let's look at the 8-ball.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, that's incredible. So she says you got something here.
Yeah, and she said, "Yeah, did you ever do that?" And I was like, "No, you know what?" And it was a Sunday, and it was raining, and I was like, "All right, let me just do this." I threw it together, and I colored it, and then I went to Kristen Overly, and she put it all in layout form and did the whole thing, and did the design for the logo, and came up with that, and then
it's amazing.
She had a printer, and it she just printed it, just the simple paperback thing, and I ordered 50 copies, and I sold them all.
Yeah, I bet the guy bought one right away.
Wow, let me do this. So I did that, and I made it a hardback. And
yeah. And what's the name of the book now? Let's talk about that book.
That first one is just called The Adventures of Jack and Max.
Right. Okay.
And there's a whole Jack and Max series.
Yes.
Next, I wrote about because I'm it's for little kids. Yeah. So I wrote Counting to 10. Jack and Max and Friends to 10. Each one of his friends has a different number toy.
Yeah.
There's one pirate ship, and then there's 2 rubber ducks, and then there's 3. And then I did a Christmas book. It's called The Truliest Meaning of Christmas.
That's the one that really caught my eye. Yeah. That was the one that really caught when I was looking on social media. I was like, what in the world is this? A
lot of people like that one because it has a little twist.
Yeah.
It's one of those, that was sweet.
Yeah, it is. That's cool.
Nice. No one would have
read it to my kids. I absolutely have read those to my kids in bed. Yeah, when they were younger. Definitely have.
A lady in Jersey said she reads that every year to her class. She's
It's awesome.
A preschool teacher, and she's it's nice to know that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Are you still doing that?
Yeah.
Still writing the books?
I actually just finished what was going to be a Halloween book, but I didn't get it done quite in time to start the promotion of it.
Yeah, you missed it, just so you know. Halloween just Yeah, it just passed. It's just from late.
Is that why?
Yeah,
Is
the
that why?
whole goblin thing. Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, well, that was all.
What that was.
Yeah. So
Who's
you
this fat guy with
guess
the
what?
beard?
There's another.
Oh, me.
Yeah. So there's another one coming up, by the way, in October.
This one I'm actually shopping to actual publishers, like traditional.
Good.
I'm not going to do it myself under my LLC. I'm going to see if I can do this legitimately first.
Great.
Because this one, it's more of a chapter book. It's for like middle grade reading,
Okay.
like, maybe 8 to 12, 13. Yeah. It's chapters. So instead of being, a picture on each page, it's just like a picture at the beginning of each chapter, like a Harry Potter or, that kind of thing. So, and I really like it. And it actually,
good.
It's got this coziness.
Yeah.
That, the stories back in the day used to have, like old books, like, the family moves into a new house and it's kind of cozy. But then,
So is it scary?
yeah, the kids discover all this weird stuff going on.
Oh, interesting. Now we're going to have to bring him back when the Halloween book comes out.
See?
That is
I did
cool.
that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Set up the
was that a
return.
teaser? That was a teaser. Well, speaking of teasers, segue.
Yes, honey.
I finally brought the bottle in, Hugo. This is the stuff that I've been talking about. This is called Magic Mind. Okay.
Magic what?
Mind.
Okay.
Yeah. Magic Mind. But yeah, this stuff, my wife and I have been trying this now. It was sent to us. They said, try. I'm not one that likes to push anything on the podcast,
right.
But they sent us this. I started drinking it. 3 days later, I can definitely feel a difference.
Really?
Yes. And it's not caffeine. It's all natural stuff. It supports your cognition. It elevates your mood, increases focus, supports immunity, decreases stress, boosts your energy. You drink it with coffee. Yeah, I know. It's empty, Scott.
It's right now.
It's empty. Yeah. No, I'm telling you. And the only thing, the taste is a little weird.
Okay.
Yeah. The taste is a little weird, but it literally is like, we have experience in bars. So this goes down pretty quick.
Somewhat.
Yeah. It's just down. So I drink it in the morning. I chase it with my cup of coffee, and it's amazing. It's good stuff. So if you want to check it out, it's magicmind.com/Brad Weisman.
I will definitely be.
And it's Weisman20 is the discount code, and it's good stuff. I'm telling you. Try it out. See what you think. All right.
I will definitely, because I need something lately.
I'm telling you, it's a good little pick me up, and it doesn't make you shake.
Cool.
I don't like the shaky stuff.
The focusing is what's I'm looking forward to.
I'm telling you, that has happened. And you know what else too? There's a lot of turmeric in it, and turmeric is a natural anti-inflammatory. Right. I have back issues. I've noticed definitely some easing on that just from the anti-inflammatory. So we'll see what happens.
Very cool.
Yeah. All right, cool. So let's get back into this.
Yeah.
Now we go from books. What the thing now is the comics.
Yeah. Well, that was my first love.
That was your first before music?
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Yep. I was, when my sister was born, I was 5 and we were in the hospital and I was, rambunctious and whatnot. And my dad took me down to the gift shop and they had a spinner rack with all the comics on it. Bought me, I believe it was issue 170 something of Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, what is this?
Yeah. Where's this? But my whole life, my whole 5 years. Yeah. That's crazy. So you liked it, that you were bit by it right then. That was your first true artistic love.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yep. Because it blew me away that it was like, it's writing and it's drawing and it's set up like you'd see a movie.
Yeah.
Like it helps you see a movie in your mind. Like it helps you see, helps you along, especially when they're done right. It's an art, unbelievable amount of work.
Yes. Well, and I see you doing this, and you actually will show the levels of when you do like a scene. Yeah. And you'll show I love seeing that part when you show me like you show a lot of people, but on social media you'll show like thank you, I appreciate that. You'll show like the initial sketch. Then you add like muscle tone. Then you add like this, and then you add something else, and then all of a sudden you get to a point where you're like really, really fine tuning it.
Yeah,
and it's amazing because I think it looks great.
Yeah,
the way you did it.
Right,
and then when you fine tune it and you say, "Now I'm happy with it," and I sit there and go, "Holy crap! I actually see it. I see the differences." Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're really, really good at it.
Oh, thanks, man.
Like you're probably like one of the best. I mean, it's very good.
It's a lot of honing, and if you ask anybody who does it, that there's guys out there that work for Marvel and DC that ask them, they're like, no, I could work on this and I could work on that, and of course I can work on a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
but I appreciate you.
No, it's to a layman. I'm telling you, I look at it. You have to check it out, Hugo. It's pretty amazing. And the series is called wait, Sunset Dawning.
Sunset Dawning.
Sunset Dawning, and it's a little dark.
Yeah, it's very dark.
Okay, it's very dark. I was going to say it's a little dark, but it's really dark.
It could be.
There's no light in it at all.
It could be. Yeah, it's just a black page.
It's the black page.
With
It uses a lot of ink when you
bubbles.
print it out.
Yeah.
But it's dark. It's definitely like a darker series.
Well, I wanted to. I knew there was Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
Are pretty much like impossible to get into.
Right. Okay.
So I figured I'd go with an indie thing. And there was a group I was working on that was sort of similar to the Avengers. They're the superhero thing. And I sent it to a few of the indie guys, and the one guy got back to me and said, Marvel and DC pretty much have this stuff hemmed up, like with the superheroes and everything. Right. He said, and this was back when they did, because now there's indie superheroes all over.
I bet.
But they said, we're looking for different stuff, like dark stories or, So I took one of the characters from that superhero team.
Oh, right.
And I gave her a backstory.
Got it.
Well, I took all the characters and gave them backstories for that book. But for this one, I took that backstory and expounded on it.
Got it.
And I went back to where she's from some parallel world that was created by the Greek god of darkness. And it's a whole other thing.
And then do you have that all in your head of where it's going? Like, how does that work?
I have a general idea of where I want to start and where I want to end.
Gotcha. So the in-between parts is still up for the artistic writing. And
it's kind of cool because when you do it yourself, it's obviously a shit ton of work.
It's a lot of work. I can't imagine.
But it also gives you the freedom to go, okay, I want to change this now.
Yeah.
And no one goes, but I like it that way.
Because it's in here.
I'm like, well, I wrote that, so I can change it. If I have arguments like that, there's a problem.
Then there's going to be a different room that has pads in it. It won't have the wood. It'll be pads.
Well, I said this, and you don't want to go there. No, she said that.
Oh, shoot. You didn't take your stuff today, huh? I'm getting a little nervous. But no, that's cool. So Sunset Dawning, and you're going to have more coming out with that.
That's a 4-part miniseries. That's like one complete story, but it leaves you with that there could be more.
Got it.
And I have 3 other books that are started that, the outline are started, and I'm doing character sketches and everything. And
you're playing out live again too.
Yeah, I'm just starting to do that again.
Do you have any gigs coming up that you like in January that you could tell us
January 13th, I'm at the YR Club.
Okay, there we go. January 13th, Wire Club. Excellent.
I'm planning on doing for the Legacy Cigar Lounge wants to do a thing first Friday of every month.
Okay.
So I may be doing that. And it's looking good because I played there a few weeks ago and it was really good reception. And
can you let us know that? We'll share it on our socials and stuff like that too. That'd be great. Is there anything else that you want to talk about or that that you want to get into? Because we're going to definitely have you come back because we got a lot more to talk about yet.
Right.
There's so much more to talk about. So Hugo, do you have any questions for Scotti?
No. I was just intrigued. Cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff.
I never met any, comic book stores artists before. No.
Yeah. Do you have any cruises coming up?
I'm doing the 70s rock and romance this year.
Okay. And when's that, in summer?
That's March.
In March.
Yeah.
And which cruise line?
It's Star Vista is the company. They were using. I'm not quite sure yet.
Okay. Let us know.
They're between companies.
Let us know.
It was Celebrity.
Do you know any of the people that are going to be on it? Besides Scotti Mann,
there's
of course.
A few. Well, who else do you need?
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
No, the first one I did, it was like Ambrosia, Foreigner.
Yeah.
It's
unbelievable.
All that yacht rock.
See,
stuff.
to me, it's just Yacht Rock Radio.
Yacht Rock Radio.
That's one of my favorite stations in the summer.
Yeah,
it's a great
man.
station.
It's awesome.
Good stuff. A lot of Toto, a lot of like stuff on there. Awesome. All right, Scotti, thanks for coming out, man.
Thank
Appreciate
you. Thanks
it.
for having me, man.
We're gonna have you back again and catch up on your the comics and the cruises you're doing. Any more children's books we can catch up on later. So awesome, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. All right. All right, there you have it. Scotti Mann was in the studio. Wow, can't believe it. Unbelievable. Should I get his autograph? I think I should. What do you think? What do you think, Hugo? I think I should.
Yeah, you should do.
Oh, my gosh. No, the guy does everything. So go out and see him. He might be at the Cigar Lounge. It's a Legacy Cigar Lounge something on Fridays. First Fridays, maybe. You got to check him out there. And just go on Facebook. Look up Scotti Mann, and you'll see him. He's doing all kinds of stuff. All right, that's about it. We got to go. See you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Are your kitchen and bathroom remodels a little overdue? Well, now's your chance to call First Response Contracting. John Sellers will take care of you. 484-256-7136. They do residential and commercial, and they're licensed and insured. Give them a call at 484-256-7136.